I feel like I can do an entire series on some of the best advice I've ever gotten as a young lawyer and some of the worst advice, because when you are a new attorney, you will hear advice from a lot of different people. Some of it is good, some of it not so much. But today I'm going to focus on one good piece of advice that someone shared with me a few years ago. So I can't remember if this was something that I read somewhere or someone said it to me, but anytime someone is launching anything new or doing things differently, so whether they're practicing in an innovative way, they launched a business that maybe not a lot of people understand or it doesn't make sense to a lot of people and others are questioning that decision, I always try to remember this saying that first people will ask you why you did it and then they'll ask you how you did it. So this is something that you've probably heard before or read somewhere as well, but it is so true and it applies to anyone who is doing things differently, right? In the beginning, people are gonna question what you're doing. They're gonna ask you why. They're gonna maybe even laugh at you, kind of dismiss your opinion, dismiss your decision, dismiss this new business that you're doing. Whatever it is that you're working on that other people just don't understand, that happens, right? That happens all the time. And I think what's important to remember is that you need to block all that negativity out. Honestly, a lot of times this feedback is coming from people who love you, and it's because they just don't understand what you're doing and the decisions that you're making or the reasoning behind why you're being so innovative with your approach. So it's not always a negative thing, but it's important to block that stuff out and just focus on your goal. There's a reason why you are doing what you're doing, and there's a reason why you decided to approach it from the angle that you're approaching it. So try to keep that in mind and try to focus in on that, because at the end of the day, you just gotta do you. Think of celebrities who emerge on the scene in the beginning and they're different or they're a little bit radical or they're out there and people just don't understand it and they question it. Like Lady Gaga, for example, right? A lot of people thought she was very strange and now people just love her because that's who she is, right? And at first they questioned why she was like that. And now people want to emulate her and look up to her. So that just goes to show you that don't be discouraged by people's negative comments. Don't be discouraged or dissuaded by their lack of understanding of what you're doing, whether it's with your life choices, with your career choices, with some kind of project or hobby or activity that you're taking on. If people don't get it, that's on them. You just focus on doing you. If this is something that makes you happy and you believe in it, then take that belief to the end, carry that with you and focus on that instead of focusing on the negative comments, because there will be plenty. And again, it's only until you make it successful or you become a success that people then ask you, how did you do that? Because they want to do it too. So anytime you have an idea that you in your heart believe is the right thing to do, so it's the right project, the right job, the right opportunity, seize it. Don't worry about people's criticism and just run with it and you will be successful.